Oh my God.
Boobies.
Oh shit, Matt.
What?
I'm gonna do it.
Why are you saying, oh shit, Matt? Do what?
I'm not gonna tell you. It's gonna be a surprise.
Okay.
I'm gonna vomit in my mouth, I'm sure.
One of your stories? Okay. I look forward to it. There we go. And there we go.
Let me be your shelter.
I don't know what this is, but I am loving it already.
Okay.
Where did this place come from?
Hey, have you heard of
The bird?
no?
The bird.
Surfing
I think
bird.
it's in Vegas. There's a grocery store that you can go to.
Oh, the Omega.
The Omega. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's really cool.
No, what's the Omega?
It's hard to describe, but it's like a store.
It's like an Area 51
with
store.
it's an area. Oh yeah, so it's in Nevada.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
in
Nevada.
Nevada. It's not. I don't think it's in Vegas though.
It's not. It's close to Vegas though.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's this store called the Omega, and you go in there, and there's all kinds of just crazy things that you can buy out food. But they also have these mazes and open that you can go in there, and there's everything that's in there is fake.
Really?
The food isn't fake, but like there's a mop bucket with the dirt on the wall, and it's fake mud and dirt. You have to see it. There's a video on it. You have to watch it.
You can get a membership card.
Yeah, you have to use a membership card to get in.
That.
The Omega.
Okay.
I saw a video of it. I was like, oh, Shelly would be really interested in this, I think.
Okay.
I don't even know where you would go to look it up.
YouTube is live. Got the chat up. And I think we're ready to go. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, microphone stand.
The following audio program contains mature content, including offensive language. Listener discretion is advised.
Play the radio. Make sure the kids hear words.
You're talking to the guy that remembers everything.
Remember that Tommy Buttfuck?
Yeah, I don't feel okay with that. I really don't.
Robotator's a loser.
You know, I'm not even saying anything anymore.
Why?
Or maybe it's just I'm hogged up on caffeine.
Because y'all get on to me for even saying anything. I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
I
I'm
didn't.
done.
You're supposed to fight back. Look.
I feel like you have a boner right now. I don't.
The land of Fujiwa is a shitocracy.
First and foremost, I am not fucking RoboTuner.
Robo, fuck you.
And that would be so tender.
Oh my
Number
God.
one.
That's the play for a stripper, to just go, oh yeah, I listen to all of them all the time.
Why did the stripper turn to Matt
So
Thomas?
where's the stripper from?
Thomas, is that you, man?
I thought it was genius, RoboTuner. You did a fantastic job.
It is. I thought that I just wanted some money so I could buy some pop screen filters.
You dress up well, Thomas, man. I didn't know you were into this.
You little LARPer, you.
Someone shoot me. I have to live with him.
All these podcasts in my feed, but something's wrong. Not a single one I follow, they sing their own theme song. Now I have my own, and I really must say, please offer us advertisement so we can do this for pay. Do this for pay. Back in 2015, just a desktop and 2 mics. We found it hard on social media to get any likes. Then we got new equipment and the world was much more fun. 3 years had gone by, now our studio is done. RoboTuner, master of debacle, sitting at the helm.
Sushi keeping Matt in check, true ruler of this realm.
Thunder K shocking both their asses into gear.
Alex the intern. Why am I even here?
We're glad that you have joined for this occurrence of our show. We can't think of lyrics for this part, so here we go. The song is almost over, starting at last. Broadcasting from the dungeon at Castle Fujiwa's RoboTuner's Insignificant Podcast.
Occurrence 124 for Sunday, March 7th, 2021, in the year of the king, in which is also Chi-Chi's father in the Dragon Ball series.
Ox.
Yes, the Ox King. That's right. Greetings, RoboTuner coming at you from the dungeon at Castle Fujiwa. Back again with that low-budget podcast style for your listening enjoyment, amusement, disgust, or all the above. Take your pick. Joining me once again across the table from me is my existing romantic life partner, Sushi.
I'm still here.
Yes, you're still here. And Pornhub's chairman of the board, Thunder K.
How did y'all know?
I might have leaked it. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And then we also have Alex the intern.
What? Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Okay. One thing I gotta ask.
What?
Did you okay, on the intro song, did you do it on purpose to where when your ending word has an M sound and her ending word has an M sound and then ours kind of has the same kind of ending sound? Because you're
they're words that rhyme. I really didn't have any other thought process I went along with it.
Okay, that's all I was
whenever I wrote the
about.
lyrics.
I was listening. I was like, oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah. All right. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back this week, and thank you for those in the chat room that had asked us to turn up our live volume feed. Anyway, so yes, I want to start out by. Okay, I'll start off by addressing the elephant in the room. Last week we had skipped our show because there was a death in the family. Shelly's son's father had unexpectedly passed away, and we just felt that it was the right thing to do for us as a family to just be here for him and support him, and Shelly as well through the Sushi as well through the grieving process. So that's really all I was going to say about it. But yeah, we're glad to be back this week.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Yeah. So, other than that, man, last week was just aside from what I've already mentioned, last week was filled with some bad news. Just a couple things of bad news. For one, my daughter's stepdad also got hospitalized for having COVID pneumonia and bacterial pneumonia on top of that. He's out now and is doing better, but fortunately, everyone in her house is tested negative now, so they're all in the clear. And another big thing, at least for local, especially for those that are fan of the local news station 97.1 The Eagle, a longtime shock jock Russ Martin died. He was at the age of 61, I think. Yeah, I think he had his show since the early 90s or so, like 92, 93.
Yeah.
I never listened to him much. Honestly, his voice just grated on my nerves, and the few times that I listened to him, I just lost interest pretty quickly. But I know that he had a pretty loyal and devout fan base, so he did have that going for him as well, and one of the longest running talk shows that I know of in the local DFW market that's been going on was his show.
I listened to it, although I would always I'd be driving home about the time that, they started getting good on the show, because they'd start at 3 and they'd get warmed up. And by the time I was in the car, they were all warmed up and good. And I listened to it, and I preferred the older times when they used to do pranks and weird stuff to each other. And, the more recent ones, they're funny,
Yeah.
But it was kind of an odd thing listening to him because he wouldn't come on until like 6 o'clock, and then he'd be on like an hour, and that would be it. That's all you'd get of Russ.
And it was his co-hosts running the show up till that point, right?
Yeah, his co-hosts would run the show up to that point, and then eventually they started bringing in another show to start at 3, but because their show wasn't starting at 3 anymore, it was like 4:15, something like that, and then and he still would only come on at 6, and I think he had some major medical issues. They never really said what they were. People said that maybe he had a blood clot, and he used to have a doctor that would come on the show with him all the time, and I think that doctor got in trouble, and I think there were some issues with that. But
was it one of his doctors or just a doctor that was a guest frequently?
It was It was a doctor that was a guest once a week, and I believe it was his doctor, but I don't know all the details because I wouldn't listen to every single word they'd say, and I wasn't always listening to it in my car. I listened to it a lot.
Yeah.
But I wasn't always listening. Anyway, long story short, I think that he may have passed from health issues, but I don't know. We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Or not.
You can just look up the coroner. I mean, it's public knowledge. You can go and look.
If they do an autopsy.
Oh, they will. They just if they
don't
found him.
always.
Yeah, but if they find you unresponsive, and then you pass away, and it wasn't something that would be a norm, they do one. Jason got an autopsy, and they knew because they found things.
Kim's mom didn't.
And I don't know why that is. They should have.
No, that typically they don't. That's what I'm telling you.
I thought she did.
No, she did not. They have to put down cause of death, but they don't always do an autopsy.
How did they find out the cause of death?
They guessed at it. They didn't cut her open. They didn't give her an autopsy.
That's weird.
I
They
wouldn't know.
They don't always.
That's strange.
Anyway, but do you happen to know, Sushi, if his co-hosts are going to carry it on in his name?
I didn't check into it, and since I don't do the daily drive anymore, I don't know.
Okay, I only asked that because I remember whenever Kid Craddock passed away in 2013, his name was carried on, or his show was carried on in his name by his remaining co-hosts.
I can look it up, and
Is it
I'll
still,
let you know in
or-
a minute.
What? Kid Craddock in the mornings? I don't know if it's still on or not.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay.
That's crazy. It's nice. That's actually pretty nice for them to keep his name going.
Yeah, I know that Russ Martin was also involved in a lot of charities too. I'm not sure which ones off the top of my head though. And his longtime producer J.D. Ryan, he's actually in a relationship with one of my former in-laws.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, J.D. Ryan stopped producing Russ Martin's show like years ago. From what I heard, they had a huge falling out. So I don't know any details beyond that, but I just wanted to share that. Anyway. So aside from death and illness going on, this piece of news is also over a week old that we would have covered last week. The famed French techno music duo Daft Punk had broken up after 28 years of being together. Of course, I think their last album they put out was in 2013, the one with Get Lucky that featured Pharrell Williams on it. I may be wrong about that. Anyway, I actually spent some time a couple days after I heard the news rewatching Interstellar 5555, which is the anime that accompanies their album Discovery. Did you ever see that, Thunder K?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, look it up on YouTube. It's free. You can see the whole thing. It's only a little over an hour because it runs the entire length of the album. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I liked about Daft Punk. Even if you're not into electronic music, their stuff is pretty easy listening.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easily digestible.
Right.
And, yeah, so.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but the concept behind the movie that went along with it is pretty neat. It also involves a band, an alien band. But that's all I'm going to say in case you want to watch it.
I do.
Yeah. It was done by Toei Animation. Yeah.
Okay.
They're the studio that produced it. Anyway, so along with their big announcement that they had actually ceased to be a duo, they also released a video the same day on their YouTube channel called Epilogue, which is it's just a 7-minute. It's a little over 7 minutes, and it's basically them saying goodbye to each other in their own weird Daft Punk way.
Do you think there'll be a reunion in about 10 years or so?
I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know if they're opposed to it or not. And what's funny is that the public belief is, or as far as like the mainstream public goes, no one has really seen their faces because they were always either in costume or had those big goofy sci-fi helmets on. And even as such, I actually found a really old YouTube video from 1994 that was done by a French TV channel. It actually did show them.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they ugly?
I don't know.
Just curious why they wore a mask all the time.
It is their gimmick, I'm sure, but I have to give them I have to give them credit though, because as far as keeping your identity anonymous, at least your visual identity. I mean, they released their real names years ago, but as far as keeping your visual identity anonymous, they did a hell of a good job.
Can you imagine how much that saved them in public appearances? When they go in the grocery store or whatever.
Oh yeah,
they don't. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah. I mean, same with. It was the same with Slipknot and Kiss for a long time until in the 80s they decided to ditch the makeup, and then let's see who else. Oh yeah, Ghost too. Well, let's see, Kiss. It was a conscious effort for them to reveal their actual faces without paint on them. Slipknot, I saw photos, like really low res photos leaked of them during the 2000s or so. But they didn't make a public appearance until 2010? Yeah, 2010, whenever their original bassist, Paul Gray, died. And then Ghost, the only reason why they were revealed is because somebody found legal documents by a law office's filing of former band members of Ghost that were suing Papa Emeritus, a.k.a. Tobias Forga, the founder and lead singer of Ghost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's the only other than that, people didn't know what they looked like. They didn't know their real names or anything like that. So, anyway, but yeah, it's sad to see that they're not together anymore, but, I mean, we'll still enjoy their music and it lives on. I don't know what to say about it.
Looks like for now, the Russ Martin Show is still on this channel.
On the Eagle?
Mm-hmm.
97.1 The Eagle?
Yeah, Dan O'Malley and Chloe and a bunch of other people that are still on the show. They can't remember their names.
Yeah.
They pretty much carry that show now, and a lot of people really love them. So they're gaining a lot of followers.
Oh, nice.
Or they've already gained a lot of followers. So
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Kind of easy
and
transition.
Alfie. Yeah. They've got Dan's Twitter, Chloe's Twitter, Alfie's Twitter on the Russ Martin Show. Russ's stuff isn't on here and hasn't been for a while. So.
Oh, his actual profile and
his
info.
Yeah, his Twitter stuff. It hadn't been on there for a while. So.
This may have been the ending of a long battle that he's had with health issues.
Yeah, somebody said something like he had a brain tumor. There's a lot of rumors. I also went into a long time ago. I went into the Reddit forum for Russ Martin because there's a Reddit forum. Who knew? Because I was trying to figure out, is he sick? Is he not sick? Is he addicted to drugs? Is he not? I just wasn't sure. So anyway, I'm in that Twitter forum too. I'm not Twitter, sorry, Reddit.
Reddit, okay. Yeah, Reddit's great. It's for all the stuff that you wanted to know but can't find on Google, and it's a step or two below the dark web.
Yeah.
Well, some of the stuff can be. It's almost like a modern day bulletin board. That's how I see it as.
Yeah, but you don't know how trustworthy the information is, though.
Well, still.
Well, I'll tell you. That whole thing with GME, GameStop, and the trading of stocks and stuff like that. I made $400 off that.
Well, that's a little different though, because that's kind of them reporting what they're doing live. And
I know. But what I'm saying, I follow that too. Like what is it called? The Wall Street bets. That's it. I follow that feed, and I read everything that they say. I don't always invest in everything they say, but I sure did invest in weed stock. So, and I also invested in GME. I still have stock there, and I'm holding out because apparently they're predicting that it's going to go skyrocketing again. I mean, right now, if I sold my GameStop stuff, I would make $100. So.
And how much did you initially invest in it?
Well, the first time it was 5 stocks, and I got $400 off that.
Mm-hmm.
This time I have 2.5. Because when it plummeted, I went and bought it again. It didn't go all the way back down to what it was, but it did go down below 100. So I bought it again, but I only had enough money for 2.5 stocks at that point because I had transferred some money out and reinvested it in other things.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
You're starting to become quite the hobbyist day trader over there.
Well, I would like to say that I am dabbling in a little day trading.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at it yet because most of the stuff that I've bought is really tanking right now. But I'm not the kind of person. I'm patient. I'm very patient. So I'm gonna wait for it to do its thing that it's supposed to do. From the predictions that I've read.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like for instance, there's a particular weed stock that has been bought out, and they haven't done the buyout trade yet with that company. When they do the buyout trade with that company, every stock that you have is going to be upgraded to the stock amount that the other company has right now. So I bought it at like $17, $14 a stock. And I think I have like 20 stocks right now. So when they do trade up, it's going to be like 30, 40 bucks a stock.
A share.
Yeah, a share. Sorry. A share. So,
Okay.
With that being said, I'm going to make 20 bucks off of each one. I've got 20, 22. I'm going to make a little bit of money off that.
That's next year.
No, it's this summer.
No.
I've already looked it up. It's
No.
this summer.
2022 is next year.
It's not 2022. It's 2021.
You said 2022.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, I meant 2021. Sorry.
Notice how I didn't correct you on that, but he did.
I thought you were talking about how many shares you had, and I was like, that's funny.
I said 20 or 22. I have 20 or 22 shares.
Okay, I thought you said the year 2022.
Yeah, but you said 2022. That's what you said. You didn't say 20 or 22.
Sorry.
Okay.
Everybody correct me, okay?
I wasn't listening.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
So why don't you tell everybody what you got yesterday and finally got to set up your gift that you've had for a couple months?
So, I've had this gift for a while, and I've been waiting on this table for my dad. My dad has been saying he's going to clean out the
garage.
No, it's
shed?
No, it's the lab at work.
At his job?
The shed.
Yeah, and so when he was cleaning out the lab, there's this table. He's like, "We're gonna have to get rid of it." He called me, said, "Shelly, I got this table," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't need any more furniture, right? Because I got enough furniture." But then I thought, I really need a table to work on to do all of the stuff that I have out in the garage, so I can do my crafts. And I was thinking I needed a table for my laser cutter. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll take the table. So my dad brought it over, and then Markham decided that he would put my laser cutter together.
Your boy? Yes.
Yep. So he did. And he has been nonstop playing with that sucker. He has been burning wood. It smells like incense in my pantry. It smells like incense in the garage because of all the wood that he's been
laser etching, yeah.
Laser etching. And I'm just really excited. I want to get my aluminum out and start cutting that.
Yeah, we still have a couple rolls.
Yeah.
Left over. And it makes me wonder how many sparks that thing produces, though, if it actually etches metal.
It doesn't. It's a laser, so it's not going to
You
cause
kinda-
sparks. It's just
that's true,
burn
because it's not
into it.
metal on metal. It's
Right.
Yeah.
You have to get something
Light on
that
metal.
is non-flammable and put it underneath the metal so that it won't do the things that you're thinking it'll do.
Okay.
And I found some of the concrete board that we had left over, and I thought that would be perfect because that's not flammable. So that's what I used for Markham to put under the wood.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Smart thinking.
Yeah.
Awesome. So do you have anything in mind that you're going to use it for other than after your testing phase is done?
Well, Dustin's supposed to come over and do a couple of things, so I figured we would do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm rolling around some things in my head. I'd really like to get a chandelier in our dining room.
Oh, right.
That has hanging, like things that hang down and has Star Wars theme to it. I think that would be really cool to make something out of the metal for that maybe curves around.
Yeah, or like silhouettes maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to look some stuff up, see what I can do. Also, you can draw your own pictures and you can put them into it and it will cut it out or it will draw it on whatever material you have. There's a huge list of material that it'll cut into.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the output of what that thing is capable of, for sure. So speaking of, so speaking of our good friend Dustin, I'm actually going to, let's see, next weekend is my birthday weekend, and I'm going to be going with him, Matt Stubbs, and Jeff Lord, formerly of the Funky Town podcast, to Austin. So they actually had an idea that once a quarter they would go to different small cities in Texas and take pictures and video of the different landmarks and historic things there, and that would be something that they would do once a quarter just for the fun of it. And the original plan is that we were actually going to go down to Dublin and then hit Stephenville and Toller on the way back, which Dublin's only I think at most 3 hours away, and I maybe be generous about that. Anyway, so the plan was changed to Austin because he actually had a call from a client who's doing an engagement shoot of some kind, and it actually falls on that weekend too. So that's why we're going to Austin instead.
Oh,
yo,
yeah. It's been a while since I've been back. The last time I went was a couple of years ago. We went to in May 2018. We saw Primus and Mastodon.
Was that when y'all went to the Ethiopian restaurant?
Yeah. No,
that was 2016.
2016.
That was after
the
Rooster Teeth convention.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, that Ethiopian restaurant was really good, though. It's called Habasha.
I really think that they were smoking us out, though.
With the incense?
Yeah.
They're like, those white people that came from the convention.
No, I kind of wonder if they saw something,
Or if they sensed something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all the evil spirits you were carrying in your.
That's what I was thinking.
In your stones.
I was thinking that.
I was thinking in her butt, but yeah.
No.
Well, at the same time, though, to give them the benefit of the doubt, we were the last customers to be seated before they closed. There was only one other table in there that was occupied.
That's why they were smoking you out.
I need
they wanted to go home.
I need to look up what it meant for them to smoke us out of there. The food was good.
Yeah, and the amount of incense that they burned wasn't overwhelming.
Oh, it was.
Not to me.
Well, okay.
It was just it makes a funny story, though.
He's just calling you a wimp.
No, I'm not.
Wimp.
What about the pink sheep in the hotel?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't remember the name of the hotel we stayed at, but it was an old travel lodge that was it was an old travel lodge that was bought up by somebody, and then it was made into an independent inn. And the biggest gimmick there is that they have pink sheep everywhere in that hotel, in the hallways, in the lobby, in even all the rooms. And at different times of the day, they actually change the positions of where their sheep at to make it seem like they're moving around. Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a funny gimmick.
I wonder if they ever end up in scandalous positions.
If they did that, I'm sure they'd have all kinds of complaints from customers or Karens out there.
I wouldn't complain.
I'd laugh.
Oh, you know what?
What's that?
I just looked it up. It is called the coffee ceremony in Ethiopia.
And what is its significance?
See, I thought they were like looking at us going, these crazy people. So the ceremony is done daily for at least 2 hours. It is deemed as the most important social connection. The coffee ceremony lasts for about 2 or 3 hours. It's common for families, especially those in traditional homes, to enjoy 2 to 3 of these ceremonies per day. A young woman or the woman of the house always conducts the ceremony. The woman was the one that burned the incense.
Okay. She was, yeah.
It's supposed to be considered an honor. An Ethiopian coffee ceremony is always conducted by a young woman or sometimes the matriarch of the family. Since as children, they are regularly exposed to this ceremony, and girls are always encouraged to learn the requisite skills. It can be expected that the hostess is very adept. During the ceremony, she wears a traditional ankle-length white cotton dress embroidered at its borders with colorful threads, and her movements is an art form. Oh, wow. Well, we didn't see anything like that.
Yeah, and I don't remember what she was wearing. I don't remember it standing out to me in my mind.
It was supposed to be an elaborate process where they roast the coffee, then they brew it, and then they put it in cups.
Yeah, so I have a question about that. Did they have a variant of that that's in decaf, of that ceremony?
You're out of control.
I had to get one in there somewhere.
Well, I don't know. This is kind of in Shelley's realm, but I found this online the other day. Me and Alex did, and I wanted to. If they opened up something called Omega Mart in Las Vegas, and this place looks pretty awesome.
Megamart?
Omega Mart.
Omega Mart. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
It has all kinds of strange products that you can actually buy. Like there's you can buy bologna with the Mona Lisa. You
Cut out? Oh, really?
Yeah. Just give you a picture.
Oh, that's
kind of
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah, so it's not sliced bologna. It's an actual full bologna tube.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's secret passages in the store. Like if you go up to the freezer section, I don't know if you can see this, Matt, but there's somebody coming out of the secret passageway.
Oh, that's funny. That's just like those walk-in beer coolers that beer refrigerators that you see in grocery stores. Yeah.
It's in Las Vegas and it's in Area 15.
Area 15?
Area 15.
Yeah, very thinly layered there.
The more I read about it, the funnier it gets. It's they have all kinds of
very thinly veiled. I mean,
they have salt. It's called Salt After Dark, and it's got a red shoe on it.
They have
Salt After Dark.
They have laundry detergent called Done. It's just called Done.
Done.
That's funny.
And you apparently you can buy any of these products that are in there, and you have to have a member card to even get in.
Oh, you
like
have to
Costco.
You have to buy tickets to get in.
Or Sam's.
Yeah, you have to buy a ticket, and there's secret passageways, and they even one of the commercials they used for it uses Willie Nelson, a deep fake of Willie Nelson, as the spokesperson.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Makes me wonder if Willie Nelson even knows about it.
They have cat food there called Meow.
Meow.
Meow's cat food.
So generic, but genius.
Yeah, I think the whole concept of this is genius. So I don't know if anybody wants to check it out. It's called Omega Mart in Las Vegas.
Oops. Hopefully the volume is down on this, but I don't think it is.
I saw somebody do a walkthrough on a video for it, and it looked pretty interesting. Something to check out. If
it's like you're walking through an immersive art experience.
Yeah. Yeah, the food is all very...
But you can buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's got like slushies too.
It's got a lot of different things. It's like I don't know. It's like an Aldi's.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Secret passages.
Oh my gosh! It's got one of those head sculptures made out of meat.
Yeah.
Like ground beef.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
I saw that the other day and I thought this should be something Shelley reported on, but
a ground beef bust.
Yes,
that's weird.
It's a ground beef bust.
Anyway,
I guess you can make one of those of anything, as long as it's defrosted.
You know
obviously.
What they have? They have those 3D machines where they make 3D things.
3D printers.
Oh, 3D printer?
Yeah, they have a 3D printer.
Those things are so slow, though. I don't know if it'd be worth the time to wait for it to print something out.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on what it's printing.
I bet they'll get faster in time, just like CD and DVD drives did.
I don't know that I could grocery shop here. This would be very distracting.
I don't think that's the purpose. I think that's just you buy the product just as a souvenir. I don't really think you go there on a day-to-day basis to go shopping.
I guess.
Well, speaking of distracting, that's another thing I wanted to touch. So, our great governor, the wheels of steel of glory, Greg Abbott, has decided to put an end to the statewide mask mandate. I believe this Wednesday, and actually Tarrant County actually did away with it a week ago.
The 10th.
Yeah. Now, this doesn't affect us any, because I know we're still planning on wearing masks out everywhere, and even if it's not mandated by the state or by the federal government, a lot of businesses are still either requiring it or recommending it.
Yeah, see, I don't see anything changing a whole lot.
I don't either.
Even though the mass hysteria that's caused by it, I really just don't see it. I'm not going to wear my mask because I'm vulnerable, and I don't think we're going to see much of a change.
Yeah, and you even got vaccinated too, didn't you?
I didn't get vaccinated yet.
Oh, that's right.
Kim did. I'm waiting on my vaccination, and I'm going to get it, and then maybe I'll think about not wearing my mask. But
I'm not into getting the vaccination just yet, so I will always be wearing my mask. I don't want to infect anybody, and I don't want to get infected.
Well, I'm getting mine because it has nothing but benefits. Because even if you do get COVID, then you're 99% less likely to have like the COVID pneumonia or something like that. And I'm way more vulnerable than most people are because I have diabetes and heart problems and high blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, one thing that actually did intrigue me was, and this is on the same subject of mask mandates and whatnot and social distancing and what businesses are doing to keep things clean and reduce the risk of spread, is that I was looking for birthday presents because your son said he hasn't bought me a gift yet, so I decided to give him some ideas. So one thing that I found on Reverb, which is my favorite used musical instrument site, they actually make a plexiglass that is microphone mountable. You just tighten it, you adjust it, and it goes in front of your microphone stand. So if you're out in a venue performing public, that'll keep you from spreading your germs if you're
or getting them.
Yeah.
Well, they also have face shields for that. If you
Oh yeah, there's that too. But to me, it would seem a lot less awkward playing with a face shield than it would be to have a piece of plexiglass in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a company that makes them. I think they're called Smoking Aces or something like that. They're out of Missouri.
Does that? Would you think that would make you feel a little like Zoltar, the guy in the hands out the prophecies? You know, you put a quarter in and he moves around.
Well, I don't plan on dressing up as him for gigs that the Jet Noise has, if that's what you mean.
No, I mean like you'd be behind glass and you would just be moving around behind the glass like an animatronic.
Oh, that's funny. I wouldn't be surprised if venues start putting up plexiglass, like from, like in front of the stage or like in the front of the immediate area where the microphones are to stop the spread of germs. Because as of now, even before the mask mandate was announced that it was going to end this week, if you went to a venue that had performed live music, as long as you were on stage and performing, you weren't required to wear your mask, or if you were performing or singing. But as soon as you were done, you had to put it back on. But as far as the patrons go, you could only take off your mask if you were seated and had a drink in front of you, and or food, just like restaurants.
Well, it sounds like that would make pyrotechnics a little harder.
Yeah, because I could sense that it could melt the plexiglass if it was too close. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that probably isn't a huge issue. Just they probably have to just move the pyrotechnics or something. But
yeah.
But you know, the really, I mean, if they're really worried about spreading, then they really shouldn't be doing the show at all, because it's just a bunch of people gathering around in the pit and dancing and listening to music, which is all very well and good. I don't see a problem with it, but especially the age group that usually goes out and listens to it are usually not that vulnerable. But you know, if they're really worried about it, they probably shouldn't put the show on at all.
Yeah. Right. I thought this device was pretty cool, though. It's basically it looks like a cymbal stand. The top half of a cymbal stand with a clamp that actually hooks onto the mic stand itself, and it just has a little screw on the top and a wing nut that keeps a plexiglass in place, and you can adjust it. So I actually thought about getting that for gigging out.
I need to visualize this. I need to see a picture of it. It just sounds animatronic a little bit.
I'll show it to you after we're done. So, and then finally, as far as video games go, the only game I've been playing in the last week or so is Trials of Mana, and I finally beat it today.
Is that after all the blood-curdling screams we heard last night?
Man.
What are you talking? Oh, yeah, those where he goes...
Yeah, because I was 2 hits away from being a damn boss, and I ended up dying.
He's like, no!
He
sounded like Darth Vader when after Padme died.
I sound like no.
I was on Discord with Thunder K playing Valheim, and I was like, do you hear that shit?
Did you hear that shit?
I was in the pantry.
I was in the pantry.
That's where my desk
That's
is.
where my desk
okay,
is.
is this what we're doing
Yeah.
today? Oh, you just got muted.
Oh, it's not fair that RoboTuner gets to do it and he doesn't get to mute himself, but when I do it.
Well, that's why he gets serenaded by crickets when he tells jokes.
He likes to finish my sentences. That's why.
Yeah, I was trying to finish your sentence for you.
And what's funny, Alex, is that on this board, this is only a soft mute through the headphones. It's not a mute of the actual channel.
Yo.
Yeah. So it just mutes in our headphones and on the live feed.
Anyway, Markham and I were snickering in the pantry while we were listening to you
Yeah.
have your meltdown.
For as fun as that game was, and as far as how well it was, this remake was put together, it started off being pretty easy, nothing too challenging, but goddamn, towards the end, the bosses were fucking hard. Especially the one that
Were they getting horny?
No.
Then why were they fucking hard?
Shit.
Wow.
That's a joke on my level.
Jeez, where are your crickets?
That was funny.
It was the Darkness Benevodon.
No, fuck you, sir.
And I can't remember. It was like 3 disembodied demonic heads that are like the size of King Kong's head.
Wait, which head?
Yeah, which head?
What do you mean, which head?
You know what I mean.
Oh, come on, man.
Gosh.
The one that
What,
sits
is
atop
this
his
like a
shoulders.
disease? Is it passing around? Is it contagious?
Not his
Hopefully
penis.
It stops here.
What was that?
The broom fell. It's okay, guys.
Oh, no, that was a duster actually,
Yeah,
because I can't
why?
find the broom.
Why did it fall?
Because you went.
hit it? That wouldn't have made it fall.
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
It's called vibrations.
Hey, it's because your man hands hit the table so hard it caused a vibration.
No, please.
It was
I'm
the
gonna
hair from your
slap
knuckles.
The shit out of you with these man hands.
What, your dog?
The hair from your knuckles caused
your actual knuckles.
Wind to vibrate.
I don't have any hair on my knuckles.
Nope.
That's because you drug them off on the way up here.
Yeah, it's because you pulled them off with your beard.
Wow.
God, you guys suck. Making fun of my girlfriend. Not nice. She does
She's
not have
not
any
nice
of those
to us.
problems.
She's not nice to us.
I'm nice to y'all.
Oh, yeah, on the show.
I'm nice enough. I'm nice enough.
As soon as you hang up, it's all
It's all what?
Cute, Kenneth, cute.
it's all snips and snails and puppy dog tails.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have anything else.
I didn't think so.
It was all thorns and chapped ass.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what it's like being around you. Is thorns and chapped ass.
Thorns and chapped ass.
I agree. Yeah.
So does that mean that
Then
you use
why
vapor
do
rub
y'all
too
talk
afterwards?
To me? Why do y'all come over? Thorns and
Yeah,
chapped ass.
because when we have thorns, we always put Vicks Vapor Rub on our assholes.
Raise your hand if you put Vicks Vapor Rub on your asshole. Oh my god.
We should get a boost sound
no
every
secret.
time for that.
Oh, that's so gonna be a song I'm writing.
What? Raise your hand if
No,
you put
Vicks
what?
Vapor Rub on your asshole.
Every person that we know gets a song. Justin's is not about him. It's about
And
somebody
who is
else.
Justin?
My brother.
Okay, thank you. For
Yeah.
those that don't know you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my brother Justin gets his own song, but it's not about him. It's about one of his old coworkers.
It's called Secondhand Steve.
Secondhand Steve.
Secondhand Steve.
Yeah, because every night Justin would come in through the door. You won't believe what Steve did today.
You won't believe what Steve did today.
It's Steven. It's Steven.
It's
But I
Steven.
still call him Steve.
Yeah.
Just because it just sounds.
His name is Steven, Dad.
His name's
And
Steven,
the
Dad.
stories. Oh my god.
And I actually, because we're on Discord so often, I actually got to hear one of the Steven stories one time.
They are fun to listen to sometimes.
The Ballad of Steven.
He doesn't even work there
It's
anymore.
the Ballad of Secondhand Steve.
Yeah. It was secondhand because it,
I don't ever hear
Secondhand
I've
information,
never met
yeah.
the man. It's always secondhand information.
yeah.
What is mine? We gotta clarify. What's mine? Is it Dread Pirate or is it?
Oh, Dread Pirate Nipplebeard.
Is that my song?
I don't know. I've never made a song about it.
I don't know if I'd want
I don't
a
know.
song called Dread Pirate Nipple Beard.
Oh wait, it's sung to the tune of
sea shanty?
No, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Or would it be about my many exploits of saying the word tethered?
Tethered.
I think your problem, sir, is that it
I
was
think your
tethered.
problem, sir, is it's tethered.
Your Roku isn't working because it's tethered. to get rid of that shit.
I'm gonna use some words
It wasn't a Roku. It was an Amazon Fire Stick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, your Amazon Fire Stick is tethered incorrectly.
It's tethered. That's why it's not working.
I'll show you my Fire Stick.
Hey, you can't scold us and then do it yourself.
What is RoboTuner's song?
I know what. Oh,
we just said the big.
It's at the beginning of the show.
That's right. At the beginning of the show.
For those who don't know the story of the
it's
tethered.
a personal song. Your personal song is Vic's
so-
Bagel Rub.
Hold on, no, let me tell it.
Why can't I tell it? I was the one who experienced
it's
it.
funnier when your dad tells it.
This is some bull crap.
So my beautiful intelligent son calls me from his girlfriend's house where he's trying to impress the parents. And
no, it's funny.
No,
their parents weren't even there.
Her mom was.
No, she was in her room.
Oh well, whatever. Nobody important was there apparently,
other than my girlfriend, but she knows I'm an idiot.
Well,
okay,
you didn't try hard enough anyway. So he calls me and he's like, "Dad, I'm having trouble getting this Amazon Fire Stick to work." And I was like, "Okay." So we tried a couple of things, we couldn't get it to work, and I was like, "Well, problem sounds like it's with your internet." And then Alex, for some reason, he's like, "Well, the problem with your Amazon Fire," and he's got that "I know what I'm talking about" tone, you know. The problem with the Amazon Fire Stick is that it's tethered. And I was like, What do you mean it's tethered? What is that? Do you even know what that means? And he's like, "Shut up, Dad."
Like, I have my headphones in and everything, and my girlfriend's like working on it, like messing with it, and Dad's like, "What are you talking about? You're an idiot. It's not tethered." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." I'm like laughing at the same time. She looks back at me, she goes, "Are you laughing at me?" I'm like, "No, I'm laughing at myself. It's fine though.
It was tethered. It was tethered, Dad."
And I can't look at them in the face without them going, "I think your problem is it's tethered."
Yeah.
I can't deal with that.
You don't get away with stuff like that in this family.
I don't know why you even did that.
I mean, it's
you knew what the consequences were gonna be. You'll never live it down.
Well,
Your
honestly,
dad's gonna make you a T-shirt.
I thought the word tethered meant untethered, and I thought the word untethered meant tethered. For some fucking reason.
That doesn't make
It
any
doesn't
sense.
it doesn't make any sense, and it still doesn't go with the story.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's about as bad as this. We were driving down the road one time, and we were
in my 6'4".
We were driving by an O'Reilly's, and there was a bunch of white trucks there. And he goes, "Wow, Dad, I guess you have to own a white truck to work at O'Reilly's." And I was like, "Son, the trucks belong to O'Reilly's. Those are the delivery trucks."
I'm like, no, they aren't.
No, they aren't.
Wait.
He's like, "They don't deliver."
Yes, they do. Most auto parts stores do.
But we all have those stories. I have those stories.
Oh, we can't forget about the one. We were all playing a game one day, and Dad was just messing with me over and over again. And I was like, "Stop it! Oh my gourd!" And just hit him on the arm.
Yeah, he said, "Oh my gourd."
Yeah. Well, then there's the lead barloons.
Yeah,
Barloons. When you still had your grill.
Yeah, I accidentally said barloons. My lip would always get caught on my braces, and so I'd end up saying words incorrectly, and I'd feel so stupid.
I don't even remember what she was trying to say. Like, not even balloons.
I was trying to say balloons.
She was trying to say it went over like a lead balloon, but she said
Oh,
the lead
okay.
barloons.
Yeah. And then, or get off my couch for the T-shirt that I got.
Yes.
That's an old.
That one's from when we were kids.
But I got you a really cool shirt.
You did. I don't even know. I got compliments on it. I was walking in the grocery store. My shirt literally has a brown couch on it. It has a little license plate on the front that says sushi. And it says in big black bold letters, "Get off my couch." Okay? I'm wearing this T-shirt to the grocery store. I'm wearing jeans with it. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but just FYI, I'm wearing jeans. And I'm walking down trying to pick out whatever aisle I was in, trying to pick out stuff. This lady walks up to me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I love your shirt." I was sitting here thinking, this lady's got to be on crack or something.
We need to sell merchandise right now.
Was her name Deborah?
I don't know who it was. And she's like, "What is this? What does the license plate mean?" And I was like, "Well, that's my gamer tag." And she was like, oh. And I said, it's just a inside joke. The whole T-shirt's an inside joke with my family. She goes, well, it is beautiful and wonderful, young lady, or whatever she said.
What a story.
And I was like, wow, this
What a
lady
story,
just
Mark.
liked my Get Off My Couch T-shirt. So I ran home and...
For those who don't know, Shelly was really tired one day, and she was trying to tell my dad to get off of her case. And it came out, Get Off My Couch.
Yeah.
And that's something that she has never lived down.
It's one of the many car rides from our house to Dad's house that we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, other than Valheim, have you been playing any other games for the last 2 weeks, Thunder K?
No, I've been so enthralled in Valheim. It is such a good game. I cannot talk about how good it. I mean, it's not even out of
early beta, right?
Early access. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's past beta.
Oh,
There's a whole bunch of missing pieces in that game, but what it has now, the biomes, you know, so far we've found the meadow, the black forest, the swamp,
the
mountains, and we've been in the plains, even though we try to get out of the plains as fast as possible.
Yeah, the plains are scary. They got mosquitoes that are the size of birds.
We all
are they single or are they double engine planes?
What? What are you talking about?
Airplanes. He's going airplane.
Oh my gosh.
So, me and Sushi's boy and my boy and Sushi all got on a boat, and we were exploring. And I gotta tell you, the water mechanics in this game are just so fun. It started storming, and the mechanics are so good. The boat actually looks like it's like crashing into the waves, and it takes damage, and you take damage. Especially if you're not, holding on to something. And we just had a ball just floating around in the water trying to find stuff. And I tell you what they've done there, they've done right. And
oh yeah. I just recently, they started playing it before I did, and I finally got into it because I was like, do I want to spend $20 on this game? Do I not want to spend $20 on this game? I was like, I went back and forth, and I finally said, you know what, I'm just going to spend $20 on this game. That was the best $20 I've ever spent. One of the biggest things about this game is building, and I love to build things in games. It's my favorite thing. I like to build houses and furniture and decorate the houses. I also like to kill things in games too, and so especially with a bow and arrow, I've built so many platforms around my home where I can stand up on the platform, get my bow and arrow, and practice aiming at the creatures in the meadows, to where I can actually, most of the time, hit the target right when I aim at it. It's really getting awesome. I really enjoy that part.
You've been hunting a lot of boar, haven't you?
Well, no, I've been trying to hunt more deer now because I've kind of got everything I need out of the boars. I need to get more deer. So I've been trying to get them with the arrows now. They're a little harder because if you just graze them or go next to them, then they just start going and running, and they're crazy, and then they leave. And I also like to fire at these graylings. They're little creatures that run around, and they just cause havoc. So I try to hit them with arrows. That's one of my favorite things to do. You're supposed to kill them because they were murderers in a previous life. And it escalates. So you start out basically with rocks and wood, and then you develop that.
They're segmented into ages. You start out in the Stone Age, and then you work your way to the Bronze Age, the Steel Age, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I'm in the Bronze Age right now. I finally got my, I don't know what you call it, the coal maker, and I have my
smelter.
The smelter.
Schmelter.
And
Helter Schmelter.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And I've been creating copper that way. I need to start doing more so I can move up and get into the other ones. Markham taught me a lot of stuff last night in the game that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
one of the things you can do is you can go to the map and you can pinpoint where you are on the map and label it. So if you find a big vein of copper, or if you find a tin ore on the side and you didn't pick it up, you can mark it on the map and then find it later by the type of mark that you put. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then they have all these abandoned houses everywhere that looks like people had built in the past and they were kind of decaying. So you can mark those on the map if you want to, so that you can have a safe place to run to, especially if you're in the Black Forest, because they have giants in the Black Forest, or trolls. And I'm not ready to fight a troll. Just no. I'm not there yet.
I can take one down, but it's still hard. They hit so hard.
Yeah.
Well, did you have a goat as your companion when you fought him?
Jeez.
And did he ask for a toll?
He's blue. He's not green.
Yeah.
And his name's not Shrek.
Well, you know what I mean. You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get in that boy's hole.
Dang.
That's an old episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was that one that I showed you with Dayman.
Yeah.
That musical that the gang did.
I think
at that community theater.
If you could have shown me any episode, I would rather it not been that one.
Well, I never watched a single episode of that show until the Vegas trip that I took 2 years ago with my buddies.
Yeah.
And they kept on mentioning Dayman and saying, oh, and I thought to myself, okay, as soon as I get home, I gotta watch this episode to see what the fuck this is about.
Oh my gosh.
And you and I watched
couldn't get that
together.
song out of my head for days.
Still classic.
Anyway, so we're still playing Valheim, and hopefully we'll be playing it for a while. We have a couple of bosses that we still need to get, that we haven't touched. I kind of rode on the backs of Markham and Kenneth when it came to the slime boss. So I didn't really participate much. I did participate, just not much.
Well, that's the good beauty of this game, is you can fight the boss as many times as you want to.
Yeah, and since it's in prehistoric times, you can't throw just a bottle of music next on it and watch it dissolve.
Nope.
You're out of control. You really are today.
I'm just gonna say it now.
It's been 2 weeks, goddammit. Give me some breathing room here.
Breathing room.
Sorry, it's funny. I
know.
I'm just gonna say it now. I'm so glad the other bosses are not near my house.
Oh yeah.
That was awful that first time.
Yeah, the first time he played, he started the first boss and it was right next to his house. So
because I thought it was just like, oh, it's like you die, then it just despawns itself.
Nope.
It doesn't.
Welcome to die.
I woke up in my house and he was still attacking me.
Yeah.
So I had to run all the way down to like where this water was, and then I ran.
So you put the deer head on the altar, and then you didn't kill him?
I died. I died several times.
It doesn't despawn. It'll stay there forever.
It'll stay there.
Until you kill it?
Until you kill it.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is.
It's awful, especially when you're trying to build your house and he kind of like destroys it with his lightning.
Yeah, but see, the thing is he just was right out of the gate.
Yeah, you just put it on the
killed his
altar
first
right
deer
out of the
and
gate.
he put it up there.
Oh, that's
just
why.
to see what it would do.
Okay.
I was like, that can't be that. No, it was that bad.
He had an axe. He didn't even have a bow and arrow.
I finally built a bow and arrow and killed it.
Okay.
Barely.
Yeah, I had some help with that one. They go, okay, Shelly, put this on this altar. Make sure you have a bow and arrow. Okay, go. And I was like, what? What am I doing? And then all of a sudden, this big, huge, giant deer comes running around, and he's
shooting lightning.
And
what?
I was like, oh my gosh! And
so it's a lightning deer.
Lightning deer.
Yeah, he's like the size
badass.
of a god.
Does it have like steel antlers or something that strikes lightning and it projects it towards you?
It's like lightning antlers. I don't know.
It's Thor's ride.
Yeah, it's Thor's ride.
Oh, okay.
Wait, he's riding that deer?
I don't know.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Not like that.
How do you know, Matt?
Next.
Thor was in bestiality.
Ugh.
Thor invented bestiality.
Might have.
And with that, I think it's time for some sushi news.
Oh, hold on. I got one more thing. I've been watching 2 new animes.
Okay.
What have you been watching?
I'm in the middle of watching Hunter x Hunter. I'm almost caught up. And we and Alex together have been watching
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
So what did you think about Hunter x Hunter?
This is the last season of Attack on Titan.
It
Was it
started
really?
out really good.
I like it. I don't think it's as good as Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Okay.
Attack on. I started Attack on Titan just because I was like, I've heard really good things about it, and I was like,
Boy, that is dark.
I started. And I was
That's
like,
what Markham said. Her son.
I was like, okay, I'll start it. And then Dad walked in. He started watching it, and I was like, all right, let me explain what's happening right here. It was like the first episode, so he didn't miss much. And then
It was dark.
oh yeah, the first episode right at the bat just almost gets you.
But I'm about 60, 67 episodes into Hunter x Hunter, so I'm almost caught up.
So have you gotten to the ants yet?
The ants.
Yeah.
No.
You have to,
Okay.
if you have to say the ants, and he says the ants, then
Yeah, he hasn't gotten there.
Yeah.
That's
What
all
about
right.
the
He
uncles?
He doesn't.
what about the nieces and nephews?
Well, they're taking it off of Netflix, Hunter x Hunter. But
Yeah.
it's still on Hulu if anybody wants to watch it. So, I hope there's going to be another season.
I wish the story hadn't gone the way it did. If it had stayed on the path that they had started and not went this other direction, I would have been 100%.
I think they're still on point.
On my
I
That
really,
you haven't gotten to the ants yet.
I really like the whole arc with the troop, and I can't remember the dude's name who uses the chains.
Hisoka?
No.
Oh.
It's a dude.
The dude is Hisoka. He looks like he throws cards.
No.
Okay.
Hisoka, you said?
Yeah.
He uses chains. What part of
Hisoka.
cards?
Hold on.
Ahsoka?
Well, cards and he does. Hold on, let me see.
He doesn't do chains. Have you seen this show?
Yes.
I'm
Starts
refraining.
with- It starts with a K.
I'm referring to
Kurapika.
Yeah.
Kurapika.
Which I swear is a girl.
Is it the blonde-headed guy?
Yeah, it's a blonde-headed guy, but I swear it's a girl. At one point, they're gonna say, "I've been hiding my identity this whole time. I'm really a girl. I'm waiting for it."
Oh,
No.
see, and I thought the same thing when I first started watching it.
The voice actor's even a girl.
Yes.
And he even dresses as a girl at one point.
Yes.
But so far, he's still a guy. It's okay.
So far, he's still. Jesus.
It's not out of the realm.
I see where you're at.
I'm past that.
Yeah, but you're on episode 66.
Yeah. So don't
Yeah.
tell me anything.
Just wait until
I'm not-
episode
I'm
69.
I'm not.
There's only 93 episodes, so I'm almost there.
16.
I'm sorry, Matt Thomas.
Hey.
So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Is I started my new animes.
Your new anime journey. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, one more thing.
What?
I don't know. I just wanted to frustrate you.
No, I was just.
Oh my gosh.
He's like,
I was
content,
just
please.
wondering what you're gonna say.
He's like, content, please.
Content, please. Content, please.
Speaking of content,
Yeah. Play the intro or play the song.
Sushi News, your source for news that you may not want to know about, but we're going to tell you anyway because it's insignificant news.
News.
Independently fact-checked by Mr. Rogers. Go.
Steve Rogers?
I don't want to say this one. I don't really want to read this story. I haven't read it yet.
This was the one you were teasing?
This is the one I was talking to you about. Doctor issues cockroach warning to coffee drinkers and people are freaking out. Dr. Karan Raj shared a video on TikTok to warn of the gross link between pre-ground coffee beans and cockroaches. And plenty of viewers have now sworn off the hot drink for life. If you're someone who can't make it through the day without a boost of caffeine in the form of coffee, it might be time to look away. Dr. Karan Raj, who racks up millions of views on TikTok with his informative videos, issued a gross warning for people who buy pre-ground jars of coffee, and people have sworn off the hot drink as a result. In a clip that has racked up 1.5 million views, the doctor decided to drop the bombshell that if you drink pre-ground coffee, there's a high chance you're also knocking back some crushed up cockroaches. He explained, pre-ground coffee, like you get in most stores, contain ground up cockroaches. A certain percentage of coffee beans become infested with cockroaches and other insects. Usually they can be processed out completely, so they just get roasted and ground up with the coffee bean. Oh, sorry, they can't be processed out completely. Most food authorities allow for a certain percentage of bug parts in our foods. He tried to rescue it slightly by adding cockroaches are high in protein. Before warning, if you're allergic to cockroaches, I'd stay away from pre-ground coffee. And the theory has been backed up by University of Montana biology professor Douglas Emlin, who says, after years of studying insects and their relationships with humans, one of his old professors became badly allergic to cockroaches from handling them so often.
The best part of waking up are roaches in your cup.
Da da da.
Ugh. He couldn't touch a cockroach without getting a reaction and found he suffered similarly when he drank coffee made from pre-ground beans. When he looked into the reason why, he said he found pre-ground coffee is all processed from huge stockpiles, which are near impossible to protect from cockroach infestation. He even claimed that back in 2009, defect standards in the U.S. allowed coffee beans to contain as much as 10% insect filth and insects. Dr. Raj's revelation was enough to make his viewers skin crawl, and one commented to say, I could have gone my whole life without knowing this.
I've heard the same thing about canned spinach, and I still eat canned spinach. I don't care. I mean, you live with it. You're never going to get
bug-free
anything.
Well, here's my thought on it. When you brew coffee, I don't know what degree, I don't know what temperature coffee brews at, if you make it in a pot or a Keurig or whatnot. But I would think after a couple of minutes that any bacteria that may have been in there from, or whatever, if there are any cockroach remnants in the grounds that you are preparing a cup for yourself for or others, that after a certain amount of time, that bacteria would die from the heat of the water.
Yeah, not only that, but you got to think the beans come in, they get infested, they get roasted. That pretty much cures the beans. Then they grind them up and put them in a bag and send them to you. So they're hermetically sealed by the time when they get to the grocery step. So what does it really matter? And then you put them in a filter and you filter out any bug parts that you would have got in your coffee anyway.
Right, because we don't eat the grounds. We just drink their juice.
Yeah.
We just suck their life essence.
Sure. Protein.
All right.
I wonder if they could figure that into the nutritional facts on the back.
Who knows, man?
If you ever get coffee and it has a higher rate of protein in it, then maybe that's your indicator that it has a few more bugs than normal coffee.
It makes me wonder about organic grounds, though, because those aren't processed. Those don't have preservatives in them.
I mean, if you're really worried about it, just go buy coffee beans and grind them yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Do we have a coffee grinder here, or do we use a Ninja for that?
We could use the Ninja for that.
Our blender appliance, that is, not an actual Ninja.
Well, I mean, we could always just go back to Winco and grind our own coffee there
that's true.
At Winco.
Is that your disclaimer for the show?
What?
The actual appliance, not the real Ninja?
Not a real Ninja.
That's strangely suspicious. Where's your Ninja? Tell me.
It's in our kitchen.
It's
underneath
lurking in the dark spots.
one of our countertops.
All over
I think
our
that
house.
should be like a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
What, that we have ninjas
We have
in the
no real
background?
ninjas on the show.
Oh, we have no real ninjas?
No ninjas were harmed in the recording of RoboTuner's Incident.
The making of our coffee for the RoboTuner's Incident.
So I'm going to call Boston, Massachusetts the new Florida.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Because, I haven't found, since we started the podcast, I was like, what the hell happened to all the weird news?
Since day one, or since we started back up recently?
I just said, since we started back up see, now you made me stutter.
Okay.
I just said, since we started back up the podcast, so it would be now.
Okay.
All right. So because of this, Satan tries to get a date on the Boston subway system. So anyway, I haven't been able to find any real weird news. So this one right here popped out at me, and it's in Boston, Massachusetts. So I think that I'm going to start looking more there for news stories. Satan tries to get a date on the Boston subway system.
I've ridden their subways before. They actually go quite a bit slower than the ones in New York City, except whenever it's crossing the river, whatever river that is.
Well, the Prince of Darkness is apparently looking for a date on the Boston subway system. A 20-year-old woman approached transit police at a Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority station at about 10:45 p.m. Monday to complain about an encounter with a man dressed in all in black, including a mask covering his entire face and his hood drawn tight. Police said on their website. The woman told police the man typed something on his phone and extended his arm across to her, displaying a message that said, "I am Satan," then stared at her. The woman said the encounter frightened her, so she pointed out Satan to police. The 22-year-old man told officers he was only flirting and trying to be funny and said, "I was going to try and get her number." He was told that his actions were not humorous and he was ejected from the station. The woman was escorted by police to her destination. Yeah, that's a good line.
Yeah,
to
that's
come
wicked
onto a
smart.
woman with. He's like, "Hey, lady, I'm Satan. Want to do me?"
That's wicked smart.
And that's all the news I have today.
It is. What about conspiracy?
That's a different segment, right?
Yep. No, I was saying that so Thunder K could be cued. Are you gonna fix your mic stand?
Conspiracies.
Since it's that far away now.
So, Thunder K and I were talking earlier. I haven't really brought up the Great Reset lately because, I mean, I'm letting the news build up. I'm letting things happen. It's happening in June. But I found a few things that I thought were interesting after the conversation
Just to
I had with
clarify,
Thunder K.
the Great Reset isn't happening in June. The
World Economic
Well,
Forum.
yeah, the World Economic. Okay,
Yeah.
why don't you guys take over my stuff since y'all tend to correct me all day today?
Well, I think that's something that
Jesus.
needed to be corrected.
I would have clarified that in my stuff.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so Russell Brand has gotten on the bandwagon with the Great Reset. He's
Really?
got multiple videos talking about the Great Reset. And one of them, I was reading them. I'll just read the names of them. The Great Reset, Conspiracy or Fact. Then he said the Great Reset, Bill Gates and farming, what's going on? Then he has another one, is billionaire philanthropy just tax? Then he said, you will own nothing and you will be happy, ? The Great Reset. So he's got a lot of videos out there that's talking about the Great Reset.
Yeah.
Another couple of things that are happening in the world. There is a guy, what was his name? That you listen to all the time. That's
Tim Pool?
Tim Pool.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of really great videos. A couple of them are about the fact that we're having a huge problem with the birth rate in the United States. It is significantly lower than it used to be, to a point where
there's a crisis.
And he talks about it on his video. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm pretty sure I've listened to him before. I'm pretty sure it's in depth, and I can't wait to listen to that one. But when I went to go look for information on the Great Reset, I found something that I thought was interesting. It says the Great Reset, a unique twin summit to begin 2021. It says the Great Reset will be the theme of a unique twin summit in January 2021. But this was written June 3rd of 2020. So my question is this twin summit something that's really happening in June, or is it already happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about the Great Reset being done in Davos. And could it be also somewhere else at the same time with a different committee that's on the down low, kind of like the Committee of 300?
When you say the summit, are we talking about the World Economic Forum? Or?
No, the Great Reset. The World Economic Forum. They have one happening in June in Davos. But could there be a secret one happening somewhere else that we're not privy to?
Oh, there's going to be. I mean, there was probably a pre-summit.
Yeah.
That is behind the scenes. There's
Well, I kind of wonder if this, and this is on the World Economic Forum website.
Okay.
It says the Great Reset, a unique twin summit to begin 2021. This was written June 3rd of 2020. The Great Reset will be the theme of a unique twin summit in January 2021 convened by the World Economic Forum. The Great Reset is a commitment to jointly and urgently build the foundations of our economic and social system for a more fair, sustainable, and resilient future. So I think I've gone through and read a bunch of this stuff already to you guys. If you've been listening to our podcast and heard what we're talking about when it comes to the Great Reset, I think in my mind, I feel like secretly there's all these different little meetings going on, talking about our economies in different parts of our country, talking about who is the most powerful country. And one of the things that Thunder K and I was talking about earlier was China is really starting to rise up and be a superpower again.
Yeah.
And this is also part of a conspiracy, propaganda out there wanting the men in our country to be more feminine. And there's actual propaganda happening right now in China to make the men more masculine. Because, when we think of a Chinese man, a traditional Chinese man, they're not all buff and army and they're more, what would you call it? I would just say more chill.
Yeah, the more intelligence type, but I mean, I don't want to stereotype.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
What I've heard is that it's it's kind of a conspiracy theory that when anytime in history where there was an economic power that overtakes another economic power, there's usually a war involved, and
exactly.
So the theory is that China is bolstering their people by touting masculinism, and there's also some propaganda in the United States where they're trying to make men less masculine.
Right.
It's a conspiracy theory, but it's out there.
And I watch, it's so stupid that I do this, but I watch old Chinese dramas, old Japanese dramas. I watch, some of them they're not Vietnamese, they're
what, like South Korean?
Yeah, South Korean. I watch a bunch of their TV shows with dubbed out. So that, because they're cool, I just like watching them, and so that's where I get my ideas about the men over there, because that's how they're portrayed in the television shows that I watch. But they're very, they're very strong-minded, and they're very gung-ho about things in these shows. I don't know much about the culture. I just know.
Even if you just watch anime, for instance, I've caught on to a common narrative amongst all of them. They're always talking about, I will try my hardest, I will try my best.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will, I'm not going all out, or I am going all out. And I kind of feel like that's probably a teaching over there where they're always building people up to do their best.
Yes.
And
I think in Japan for sure.
I think for the longest time in China, and I'm just talking out of my ass here, but I think a long time in China, they usually want to keep their population docile because they don't want anybody to rise up, because things that government are scared of the most are the people.
Yeah.
And that's why there's, armed military in Washington, D.C.
Which brings me to another thing that I heard that is conspiracy-like. They're trying to build like a wall around D.C. so that people can't get in easily. And the people of the government they're saying they're trying to protect themselves, but are they? Are they trying to protect themselves? And what are they trying to protect themselves from? Because why if everybody is what they say, and they're real happy about having Biden as our president, having all of our government the way it is. If we're extremely happy about this, what are they trying to protect themselves from?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I know that right now it's the insurrectionists that they're claiming they're, I didn't see insurrectionists so much. I saw a bunch of people, dumbasses, not knowing what they were doing in the Capitol. I'm not defending.
Oh, yeah, the
happened,
Capitol storm.
No.
Yeah, but that's why they originally brought the military in and erected all those fences. But at the same time, I don't think that this was all as planned out as everybody's making it sound, because I saw the video and it looked like people were just rushing in to take pictures of the Capitol.
Right. Well,
it didn't look like people rushing in to kill people.
Regardless, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or to
even if
storm
they
the
were rushing in to kill people, obviously
building.
the issue has been resolved. Everybody's supposed to be happy that we have Biden as president. Why are they trying to make it into some sort of, what do you call it, a citadel?
Well, there's been a lot of riots, and nobody can argue that. There's been a lot of riots, and I don't think that they want riots in D.C. anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of policies that are being put forth right now that were promised during the election that aren't being fulfilled now, like $15 minimum wage.
That happens with every president.
Right. Yeah, they always promise things, but I think what's the volume has been raised. There is there's less reason not to riot, because those people are actually affecting change even in the smallest bit, and they're starting to see that. And I think what Washington might be afraid of is that, once they march on the Capitol, after all these policies that the elites are putting in place, people are going to be pissed.
Well, here's another thing, and I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, I lost it. That's what happens when you get old. This was important too, and I can't remember. I'll think of it in a second. But man.
Man.
This was about, okay, I guess I lost it. Anyway, these are not my opinions. These are things that I've read in different places. I can't trust the news in anywhere. But what I can trust is that I've read these things. These things are out there, and it's up to you to choose what you believe. I don't know what I believe. I just read them, and then I think to myself, how interesting is that? Could this be a deal? In the back of my mind, the wheels are turning, but I don't have proof that anything has happened, which makes it a conspiracy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you this. I did watch a bunch of different newsreels from different parts of the country. Different parts of the globe. In different countries, they make fun of us in the United States all of the time.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
All of the time. Because of the choices that we make, because of the ridiculousness that happens constantly with one-off groups here and one-off groups there. And the truth of the matter is that unless somebody just comes out and says, listen, this is what's happening, just layman's terms, just come out and say, I'm telling you flat out, this is what's happening. What are you going to do? We're never going to know. We're never going to know.
Well, a lot of the stuff they see over the globe, it's not like our news people go out and pick the best of the best. They don't pick Joe and Stacy Logic. They go out and pick Bubba and Felicia to get up on the
Bubba and Bobby Joe?
Bobby Joe, yeah, to get up on the camera and talk about economics and stuff. They don't really know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the face of what the American person is to these people across the sea.
Yeah.
And it's not indicative of, your average, learned person.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that's clarifications there. Somebody who actually reads up on the news, understands it, and makes decisions based off of logic and reason, not the people who hear things second, third hand. I can't tell you how many times I've heard misgivings about, I've heard people say that when you go and get the vaccination, that you're guaranteed to get a new allergy. And I've heard several people say that, and there is no evidence that that is the case whatsoever.
Yeah, and another thing is there was a lot of people saying that once you get the first shot, when you get the second shot, you're going to get sick. And that's not the case because I know someone, but I know someone who didn't, and you know someone who didn't.
Well, just because there's outliers. I'm saying they say that to you when they give the
oh,
vaccination.
They do?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because they didn't doesn't mean that it won't happen.
Okay.
Yeah. But, that's not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee. And there's going to be problems with the vaccination, but, you have to weigh your risks. But that's all to say,
That's the vaccination for COVID, by the way.
The people across the pond, they don't see the best of us. They see what is sensational. And that's the problem with news nowadays.
Well, news is always sensational anymore. You can't see anything different.
That is the problem with news. They never pick out the good stories. They pick out what is sensational to people because it gets their ratings up.
And advertising revenue.
And they don't pay for proper objective journalism anymore. They pay for sensationalism.
Now, I went to a newspaper because not a newspaper, sorry. There was a new news thing that was released on Facebook, and they were like, hey, we're going to tell it like it is. We're going to do the right thing here. And I was like, great. So I signed up for it, and I read a couple of their news articles, and I was like, no, this isn't what I signed up for. They have no opinion, which is great. That is what I signed up for. But they were very careful. And I was like, no. You're just... today in the news, the dog was outside barking in the backyard. Check us out at 7 for the latest on the cats. That's the kind of news that they had. And I was like, nope, that's not what I want. I want real news where they talk about the policies that are in play right now, put it in layman's terms for everybody so they can say, here's the policy and this is what it means. Here's the policy and this is what it means. No matter what side you're on, this is what it means.
Yeah, I mean, there's no investigative journalism anymore. If
right.
there is, it's buried. Like the stimulus package that just they were voting on Friday. I didn't even hear what they voted on yet. I haven't really looked into it.
What about Sal Garza on Fox 4 News? He's an investigative reporter.
Isn't he local though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of different than on the world stage, but yeah, there is some when it comes to like did your mechanic screw you over kind of journalism, but.
And who's the guy from Dayline NBC that went independent on YouTube? Chris Matthews, that's right, To Catch a Predator. He was an investigative reporter.
That guy.
Yeah.
Well,
but those are different. We need someone that's going to investigate the politics so we can know what's happening.
Yeah.
Other than them putting out all these policies and then covering it up because Lady Gaga lost her dogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and her dog handler got shot while she was out of the country shooting for a video or like a movie shoot or something.
Right, and I don't mind listening about Lady Gaga. I don't mind that story. I was
Stephanie
glad that she got her dogs back. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of these news items are coming up as way more popular to cover up what they're doing in the government.
Do you think the average American knows what was in the COVID relief bill?
No.
I mean, did you know that in the COVID relief bill there was a segment for repairing a bridge in New York City? What does that have to do with COVID relief?
It doesn't.
It's just an infrastructure item that somebody decided to throw in there.
But that's wrong. I mean, it's to the American people, they say COVID relief. They think, oh, we're finally getting...
Yeah, it should be a separate bill, but,
They felt like it was easier to throw it all in.
Senators have been doing that for decades. Nothing new.
But that doesn't make it right. And the problem is there was nobody who would step up and go, on the major news networks, this is what's in the COVID relief bill. Should you be worried or something like that? I haven't seen not one headline about what's in the COVID relief bill.
Right.
And when it comes to the United States, that we're one of very few countries that locked everybody down and did not give people money to get through it.
Compared to other developed countries, yes, that is true. I have read several.
That we're one of the only countries that didn't give them money to go through it?
Very little. If you look at the month, they were given them monthly salaries to get through the COVID lockdowns.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
most
United
countries
States
in
gave-
Europe was,
The United States gave 3 COVID relief packages. 2. Was it 2 or 3?
3.
3 total.
3
There's
total.
3 total.
Yeah.
And so I was on unemployment for
4 months.
4 months, and I didn't get, I got $300 because I got in on the tail end of the first one that they gave out, and then all the money had gone away. So I sat there and was being paid with just the bit, like, it's the limit that they have for unemployment, which is basically it's equivalent to $18 an hour. Seems like a lot of money, but not when you were making a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Right? And then right at the end, when I started my new job, they had opened up another amount of money to give to people weekly with their pay. I didn't get that.
I just, and when I did my unemployment for the
just the short furlough that your company had to
short
do.
furlough I was on, somebody stole my identity, and
twice, right?
Yeah, twice. Actually, 3 times.
Thrice? Jeez.
Yes, and I still have not got that resolved. I can't get a hold of anybody up there.
Did you ever get paid?
Oh, I got paid for all but 1 month.
All but 1 month?
Yeah. But I just irritated. I just would have liked to seen the government take care of their people over building a bridge in New York City.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we don't have a socialist economy, and some of those countries did.
We have social programs.
Yeah, we do.
You don't have to be
no,
England's taking care of their people. They're not socialists.
They kind of are.
No, they're not.
Just a little.
No, they don't have government-owned property.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Well, the Queen owns it.
No, you can own a business. You can have.
Oh, I know that, but
if you were going to do socialism, then the government would own all private property.
Okay.
So you can't really call them socialists unless.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying, but
they have social programs.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Social programs.
But they pay a lot more in taxes than we do.
They do.
They do. Yeah. I mean, whether you think it's good or bad, there are stipulations there, but I don't.
I think they're more socialist than they are.
Honestly, I think if a government says you've got to close your business, then it's up to the government. In crises like this where there's COVID, then it's up to the government to take care of the people that lost their jobs because they closed that business.
Yeah,
down.
you can't require people to close their business and then say, "Oh, sorry about your bad luck, but you can't work today."
Well, it's not just the business owners; it's also all the people who work.
That's
for
another side of the argument.
Yeah.
A lot of.
All right, I'm done talking about conspiracy theories. We kind of got off on the different subject, but stay tuned for the Great Reset. I will watch these Russell Brand videos and watch a couple of these other videos that Thunder K told me about, and I'll come back with notes for next time.
Right. And do we have Stump the Robotuner questions?
Do we not? Don't we always have Stump the Robotuner questions?
I'm just asking if you had them ready.
I do have them ready.
All right, because I'm ready.
Okay. What is the most common color of toilet paper in France?
Robotuner?
Uh-huh.
White?
No.
No, because that's their surrender flag. Duh.
Dang.
Jeez.
You think they would... You think someone would put up a single piece of toilet paper on a stick as a surrender flag?
No,
in
he's
France?
making fun of the fact
in
that
France?
France has surrendered a lot of times.
I know, I get it.
I don't want to say. Go ahead.
Alex answer. I'm gonna guess purple.
No.
Thunder K Brown.
No.
Like brown paper bags?
Gross.
Like you wouldn't even know. Like you wouldn't even know. Like, did I get it?
Yeah, no. It's like that joke about the pirate who wore brown pants.
Is this shit or is this my toilet paper?
Look, there's a bunch of English coming. Bring me my brown pants.
Oh God.
But not your red pants.
The color is pink.
I was gonna goddamn guess pink.
I'm really shocked that they have pink toilet paper because remember when we were younger and they had blue and pink and different colored toilet papers and then all that went away?
No.
People were getting rashes from the dye in the toilet paper, and so they stopped selling colored toilet paper.
But you don't know what they make the paper out of in France.
They had like a like a seafoam green color too in the toilet paper. It was kind of like those marshmallows that you get, the little colored ones. That's
Yeah.
the color the toilet paper used to be in the 80s.
I could see that going bad.
I
so
don't
many
really
ways.
see the purpose of prettying up toilet paper. It all goes in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the sewers.
If you dug a hole through the center of the earth, starting from Wellington in New Zealand, which European country would you end up in?
Robotuner?
Uh-huh.
France?
No.
This is all about France, by the way. She just reveals at the very end. She's like, "Oh, this was all about France, by the
Thunder
way."
K, Austria.
No.
Okay.
So you said Wellington, New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess Alex the Intern, Germany.
No.
Deutschland.
You're real close, though. Spain.
España.
Wait. He said Austria.
Mhm.
And what did you say?
I said France.
He was closer.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, next.
Henry VIII introduced which tax in England in 1535?
Oh, my God. It's been so many years since I've seen the Tudors.
What year?
1535.
I'm going to guess Robotuner?
Uh-huh.
Land tax?
No.
No? Okay.
I feel like it was a religious tax of some kind.
Thunder K, marriage tax.
No.
Okay.
Henry VIII broke away from the
On
Catholic
Henry
Church.
VIII.
So I'm guessing Alex the Intern, a Catholic tax.
No. The three of you all have one, and you constantly joke about me having one.
A penis?
You never.
What?
You don't joke about me having a penis.
Oh my God, I know the answer.
What?
A beard?
That's a beard tax.
Yes. It was a beard tax.
Jeez.
Wait a second. 1 second.
Yeah.
All four of us have a beard.
Hold on a second. We do joke about you having a penis. We always call you man hands.
Whatever. The
She
average
does not have one.
person. Hold on. Oh. What is the
Ooh.
correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark?
What now?
What is the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation point?
Robotuner?
What?
Questionation mark?
No.
Exclamation.
I didn't even know this is a thing. This is something I didn't know.
Thunder K, a query?
No.
Alex the Intern, a shock and awe.
No.
Shock and
A
awe?
shock and awe. No, it's an interrobang.
Interrobang?
Interrobang.
Well, I am in shock and awe of that answer.
See, that was funny. I'm a funny fucking guy.
You are. You're a funny guy. The average person does what 13 times a day?
Wait.
Average person.
So many dark places this question can go.
This is family trivia, okay?
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay. Well, whose family trivia?
Yeah. Is this our family?
Okay. Robotuner.
Yes.
Check their social media accounts.
No.
Oh, no. That number's way up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Does this 13 times a day? See, what do I do 13 times a day?
I had a second answer in mind.
I would say we do it way more often than most people.
Oh, Alex the Intern poop.
No.
Use toiletries?
13 times a day?
You shit 13 times a day.
Well, you said we do it way more
you
than
need to
any.
check your colon.
No, you said we do it way more than
Wow.
anybody else. and we
Engineer
do-
colon.
What do you just poop a pedal here, poop a pebble there, here a pebble there, pebble everywhere.
He's like a guinea pig.
All right, Thunder K, you gonna answer? You gonna take a stab at it?
Gosh, 13 times a day. We do it more than normal people.
Breathe.
Thunder K. Eat?
No.
No.
Laugh.
I was gonna say laugh,
Oh.
but I was like, normal people.
No, like I don't think 13 times a day is a. It's like I don't think that's
You better
correct.
count yourself.
Oh, I know I'm gonna laugh more. I laugh at every single little
You
fucking
don't
joke
think
I
that
make.
there's other people around you laughing at everything?
Well,
all
I
day?
make other people laugh, so I make sure there's more than 13
Well,
a
then
day.
there you go.
Okay.
All right. I don't know why we're
Average.
arguing.
I said more than 13 a day.
Average.
Oh my gosh.
It's not.
Oh my gosh, man.
It's not small. It's average.
Coprastastophobia is the fear of what?
I'm sorry. Repeat the phobia again.
Copastastophobia?
Coprastastophobia is the fear of what?
Thunder K. Oprah Winfrey.
No.
She said the Copra, not Oprah.
Like you guys would do any better.
Nobody in this well, actually, there's several people in this family who have had this issue recently.
Your hints don't help. They just don't help.
Well, I try.
This is gonna be an episode where nobody gets a goddamn point.
We haven't so far.
I got a good set of trivia, didn't I?
Is this
Copastastophobia?
Is this a Genius edition?
No, this is shit you would ask in a pub.
It's third grade edition.
Oh, it's pub. It's pub trivia.
It's pub
like the ones that
trivia.
we used to play at Shamrocks in Bedford.
Yeah.
With your friend Mike before he moved.
Coprastastophobia. Has anyone guessed yet?
Copenhagen.
Copra,
not Copen.
Cobra Kai.
Well,
Cobra
P,
Kai.
Copra.
Okay, well, you and I have already guessed this is your.
No, actually, I have not guessed.
And you haven't guessed either, Matt.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did.
Oh, wait, that's right. I didn't. Okay.
Is it the fear of copper?
No.
Robotuner? The fear of needles?
No.
Okay.
Oh. Time's up, dude.
Why did you not guess?
I did.
Oh, what did you say?
He had 2 guesses.
The fear of Oprah.
Oh.
Just guess something. Throw it out there.
The fear of.
Come on now.
The fear of having kids.
No, it's the fear of constipation.
Yo.
I do not have that.
That was so cryptic. We've we've suffered with this recently.
Well, Faith has had problems. Thunder K had problems.
Okay, we don't need to hear about everyone that's had problems with that, okay?
Matt said that the other day when he did it, it felt like a blast of rocket.
That's
came
not
out.
I felt like I was
Well,
birthing.
you can't say that he
Just
has.
kidding. I
That
don't
you can't
know.
say he has constipation because he lubes up
Just
his butthole with Vicks
oh,
every day.
there-
No,
That's true.
not
Yes.
every day. That's only if I've had
Every
diarrhea.
day. Every day.
That's why it shoots out like a rocket.
She is serious though. 2 weeks ago, whenever I got back on keto,
When I got back on keto, I just
yeah,
felt like
I felt like I was giving birth to a butt baby.
Maybe you should use Vicks on times of constipation.
So
Oh
wait.
my gosh.
Just
No.
lube
I
that
was
shit
just
up. and-
kidding. I
This wasn't
wasn't
constipation. This was like a rocket coming out
So
of my ass.
wait a second. Could your could you have literally played Rocket Man as it was coming out?
Rocket Man.
Really?
Poop is
Burning the
flying
streets
out.
of Evermore.
Let me move to the next question.
Okay.
What were the first hockey pucks made out of? I
You've
know
asked this one before.
I have. I know the answer to this one.
Alex the intern, hard-boiled eggs.
No.
Jeez.
Robotuner. A poop from some animal.
What kind?
Oh, it
What
was.
kind?
Moose?
No.
No.
What was the difference for it? Like what was its consistency?
I don't.
Hard as a rock.
Frozen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, frozen. But it's the key is what animal it came from, and I don't know.
Thunder K. Cow.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna give both of you a half of a point.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
it was a team effort on that one, but it was frozen cow dung.
Okay. So play your dinger twice,
He likes to be dinged.
but don't play your
He
dinger
likes
any
it
more than
when you
that.
ding him.
Some
I
bullshit.
play my ding-a-ling, a ring-a-ding.
God, can you imagine a hard-boiled egg as a freaking hockey?
If it's frozen, it'd be all right.
It's illegal in Texas to put what on your neighbor's cow?
Robotuner? A bell?
No.
Oh.
Thunder K, your brand?
No.
Christopher Walken would be disappointed at that.
I have to wonder why the hell this is even a thing.
Because it's happened before.
I know, but why
Alex the
did they
Intern.
make a law?
Alex the Intern. Human paraphernalia.
No. What the
Anal
fuck
beads.
are you- ugh.
Anal-
What?
A cat tail.
Skis.
You can only answer
Put
once,
skis
damn it.
on a
It's
cow.
illegal in Texas to put skis on your cow. No, it's
on your neighbor's cow.
On your neighbor's
You can
cow.
put it on your cow all day long.
graffiti.
Graffiti?
Graffiti.
I'm like, who got paint? And it had to have happened more than once.
Hey,
and
hey.
painted on their neighbor's cow.
An easy reason why you would do that. You wanted to win the county fair.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Did you know in Texas that it is illegal to shoot a buffalo out of a
Second story window, yes.
Second story window.
We've covered this many a time.
Because it's happened before. I'm telling you guys, they don't just make these laws up. Some dude was up there on the second floor going, watch me shoot this buffalo out of the window.
But it had to have been like more than one time.
And
Like
then-
the police arrested this guy like multiple
The
times.
building owner's like, how the fuck did you get a buffalo to the second floor?
And how did you open the window to shoot him?
And how did you shoot him?
Spoiler.
You had a big old rubber band.
Spoiler, his name was Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's what I was thinking.
That's how he got his practice in
Was
before.
that the magic bullet? It was a
Wait,
bull.
are you calling Kennedy? Are you calling him a buffalo?
Wait, what's the
No,
what's the
he
version?
practiced on the buffalo by shooting them out of second story windows before he went to the book depository.
Oh,
He's-
wait. I guess I'm just now understanding. You can't shoot
Fuck, seriously?
a buffalo
From a
from
second
a second
story.
story
Yes.
window. I'm thinking you're
Like
shooting
you bring a buffalo to a
second floor and you're throwing it out the window.
Like the hotel owner would have to be like really cool with that. He'd be like,
How did they get a buffalo?
That's what I just said.
Did that like
It's
walk
and the
him up the
hotel owner's like,
stairs?
How the fuck did you get a buffalo to the second floor?
Imagine a goddamn buffalo in an elevator.
Okay.
Just like listen to the elevator music.
Freight elevator.
Which bird is nicknamed the laughing jackass?
Thunder K, is it the Robo Tweeter?
I knew you were going to fucking say my name in this.
No.
I know this one.
They live in a country.
Ah,
That says Oh a lot.
my- excellent hints
On
once
this
again.
planet.
Wait a
Yes.
second. You're telling me
Can they breathe underwater?
I'll tell you this. No.
that
That
eliminates?
narrows it down.
Can they breathe oxygen?
Well, yes.
See, I don't know now. I mean, it's only one answer.
We'll say it.
Wait, can you repeat the question again?
What?
It's called what bird's called the laughing jackass?
Laughing jackass.
Right now, RoboTuner is very butthurt because he thinks that Thunder K thinks he's a laughing jackass.
Hey, you know what? I'm the fucking CEO of Pornhub.
No, you're the chairman of the board of the
I'm
directors.
chairman of the board.
What
Hey,
were,
Dad, that's
what were
free
you the
porn.
week before? What were you the week before?
The human pile of shit in a shirt. over
No.
there.
No, he was the spokesperson
I
for
say one little
Grit.
joke about
Oh,
him
yeah.
being Robo Tweeter, and then it's all butthurt.
No, I'm not. I knew my name was going to come up as a fake answer.
The laughing jackass. The African swallow.
No.
With the body mass of...
Do you have a guess?
Okay.
These questions suck.
Do you have a guess?
Shut up, at least you have a point.
Robotuner.
Yeah.
The crackle.
No. The kookaburra.
Oh, the kookaburra? Okay.
It's the booby.
Whoever gets a point wins. We're gonna be
This
here
is-
next week.
This is
So
number
No
10.
joke.
This is number
Okay.
10. Who entered a contest to find his own look-alike and came in third?
Alex the Intern, Burt Reynolds.
No, no.
That was such a long pause.
I had to scroll down to the answer.
Came in third. Seriously? Robotuner?
Uh-huh.
Saddam Hussein?
No.
I know who it is. I know who it is. Oh.
what is his name? Thunder K. Robert Downey Jr.
No,
All right.
Isn't it the guy who plays Mr. Bean?
no,
Rowan Atkinson?
no. It was Charlie Chaplin.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Number 11.
Robert Downey
bonus.
Jr. did play him in the bioepic about Chaplin.
Oh.
All right, number 11. French artist Aquabos paints cows with what material?
Paints like puts cows on paintings or like paints actual cows because that's illegal in Texas.
On paintings.
Thunder K, shit.
Yes.
I knew there had to be a shit question I get right.
What kind of shit?
Does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Cow shit?
Yes.
Oh, that's like that's
Well, okay.
And that's the end.
Yep.
So I guess Thunder
Thunder
K
K
won
wins.
with 1.5 points.
That was some bull.
I have the ultimate.
That was cow
knowledge of
shit.
shit.
Oh.
My 2 points, my 1.5 points were both about shit.
They were.
That's
They
not
were.
okay.
Well, shit. Well, shit. Let's call in into
Both
this
of them were
debacle.
cow shit, oddly enough. So maybe it's cow shit I know a lot about.
Maybe so. Maybe it's just one of those subconscious
I heard it tastes good.
memories that you have.
I'll leave that up to you. To
No,
find out.
you should know. Remember those burgers
never-
you had?
Oh, yeah, that's another story.
Well, all right. Let's call an end to this debacle once again. If you have anything that you'd like for us to talk about on the show, you can drop us an email at robotuner2020@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 682-325-1379. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at The Robotuner. And we're live every Sunday between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Central Time. We will be back again next week. We're out of here. Red Pants.
Red pants.
Thanks for listening, Dustin, if you're still on the road, dude. And thanks for letting us know about our audio levels.
I need to file my nails. They have bad parts on them.
Yeah.
Goodbye to YouTubes.
I hope your nails aren't the only things that have bad parts in them. All right, later.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I was joking.